Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another week of the comment section. For those that don't know who I am, my name is James. I'm the founder of Rupert. Rupert is your 24/7 social media assistant. We are on a mission here at Rupert to help brands extract more value from their comment section, whether that be hiding negative comments when you're offline, or alternatively actually just replying to general customer service or sales questions. And that is something that Rupert does and can help you and your brand deal with. So every week I do these quick 10, 12, 13-ish minute presentations on just a few ideas on how you can either extract more value or, for example, this week is all about preventing brand damage on social. And I'll also give you free tips of things you can take away and actually you can do for free. So yeah, today we're going to be discussing preventing brand damage on social media, strategies to quickly address and neutralize negative comments. Now, if anyone has got any questions throughout, please type them in and I can answer them at the end. Alternatively, if we get to the end of the presentation, you haven't written anything down and you want to, send me a message on LinkedIn and I can get those questions answered for you. So every week we start with a statistic, and this stat is 60% of people who moan about something on social media want the company to get back to them within an hour. Now, we as a society now just want speed, whether it be we're ordering something online and Amazon has got it to us within a day. We just expect speed, and even more so on social media. So if you're an e-commerce brand who are using social for acquisition, just be very conscious that if people are writing customer service questions or they're asking questions about the product online, they do expect a response very, very quickly. Now, I think 60% of people want it back within an hour is actually quite a short period of time and pretty unfair. But again, it just shows what we as brands need to realize the expectation of our customers are, which is they want us to get back to them very, very quickly. So if you're not responding at all, or you're responding within 2 or 3 days, just be conscious that the vast majority of people do want that response within the first hour. Now, in terms of brand damage, there's a load of brands that have had some sort of bad rap over the last few years that we could be using as an example. But I've kept Jaguar in this presentation for this one, which is, and we'll go on to some of the tips later on. But they deleted all their comments, actually turned their comment section off, which we all saw what happened with the Jaguar brand, and it was just an absolute disaster. And I think I'll put here, oh dear, it was an absolute oh dear moment. I'm sure some of us have always had these oh dear moments when it comes to comments. But again, if you're looking for a brand, how not to do it, Jaguar, in terms of the rebrand, in terms of turning off your comments, is one that I would recommend looking back on and seeing actually how really damaging it was. And yeah, obviously, look, it went absolute snowballed out of nowhere. But yeah, again, Jaguar is a really good one to look at. I've got some more examples of those guys later. So in terms of strategies to quickly address and neutralize negative comments, I've put these into 3 categories for you. So the first one is take the conversation offline. Now, although I'm telling you to take the conversation offline, there's something you have to do before you take it offline, which is you have to address the comment on the paid or organic ad that they've written. So it's great that you're going to take them offline and deal with their complaint or their issue, but actually what you want to make sure is that anyone that's going to read that comment is knowing that you're going to take it offline. So don't be naive to think just leaving it there and taking it offline is okay. It is okay, but you've got to remember that comment is also going to be seen by hundreds, if not thousands of people. So make sure that you're publicly telling people what you're going to be doing, as well as the actual consumer or the person that's on there themselves. The second one is, and as I've just mentioned with Jaguar, which is do not turn the comment section off. I know that this is something that Meta, especially Meta Business Suite, allows you to do now. I'm really, really against it. I don't know why they even allow you to do it as marketers, but it is not good. If you're looking to buy something from a brand and you see that they've got no comments and you click on it and then you even can't comment yourself because they're turned off, it just shows a lack of trust when it comes to what you're offering. So if you have got your comments turned off, my recommendation would be turn them back on straight away, because it will be affecting performance. And the third one here, which is provide a solution. So be clear and honest about how you plan to address whatever the issue is. So whether it's offering a refund, a replacement, or an explanation, but actually showing that you are taking those tangible steps to resolve the problem will really help build trust and diffuse negativity. So what a lot of brands are doing at the moment is you're seeing that they're hiding the comments straight away, which is great and actually something that I would put on my top tips. But actually, to build trust not only for that person that's responded to or that commented on your post, but also if people are going to see it, show how you're going to fix that problem. Yes, if you want to take it offline, like I said, you can do it, absolutely do on some occasions. But if you can address that particular problem there and then, or provide a solution, it's going to look so good. And actually, for you as a brand, people that are potentially on the fence, do I use this brand or do I not? It's actually going to tip them over the edge. So, do provide that solution. Again, when it comes to actually brand damage, you'll see here with the Jaguar, they've got so many comments, and this is sort of me giving them a bit of leeway here, which is when you receive this volume of comments, it's nigh on impossible manually to keep up with these. You just can't, to hide the negative, it's really difficult. But as a brand, a marketing manager or a brand owner, where do you start? If you're receiving this many comments, especially if you've got an ad that's working really well, especially on some paid ads that I see loads of comments, which is amazing because it means the ads worked well, but you've got to keep on top of it. And, again, you've got to use tools to be able to do that, because we as humans can't physically keep on top of that. We just don't have the resource. So here are some top tips on actually how you can prevent brand damage on social. So again, I break these into 3. So the first one is prepare an internal channel. So depending on what systems you use, it might be Slack, it might be Google Chat. Actually have a channel in place where if there's really any negative comments to address, or it's someone else in your team to address them, maybe you're the marketing team that monitor them, but you've got a customer service team or a sales team, actually making a channel where you can put the links onto those for them then to go and deal with them would really help, especially if it's a question that you as a marketing department potentially can't actually address. So preparing that internal channel will really help in terms of speed as well. You can use things like Zendesk as well, and I know HubSpot, but again, in terms of in terms of speed, I would set up that internal Slack, or like I said, Google Meets chat channel, which will really help. The second tip is to use moderation tools. So places like Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, will on the back end allow you to put in specific keyword to automatically hide and quarantine. The problem is, as we all know, is that when it comes to certain words, there's no context to it. So yes, we can put all the swear words in and all that, but actually when someone's trying to get one over on you in a really crass way, they're probably not going to be using the swear words that we all know and know and love then. So using tools, let's say like Rupert, which will understand the context of that comment and then quarantine in real time. So then when you come back in online, whether it be the next morning or over the weekend, you can actually then deal with that, as opposed to just jumping on it straight away, or it just being left just neglected while everyone else can see it before you get time to do it. So definitely using moderation tool will help. And a lot of them really inexpensive, without pitching Rupert at all, but Rupert starts at £49 a month, and really, unless you're getting vast amounts of comments, you're going to be maxing out at £89 a month. So again, really accessible. And the third top tip is to follow up on each comment. So once someone has made a complaint or have had an issue with your product or service, and you've dealt with the issue, and again, they're fine, they've gone away, you've refunded them, whatever the solution may be, I would be following up on those if you can. Again, depend on the volume here, but I'd be following up, making sure that, maybe it's a week's time, was that okay? What you want to try and do is turn that sort of basher, that brand basher, as we call them here, into an advocate. And just that little personal touch of reaching out to them and making sure that, was it okay? Did you get the refund? Is there anything else we can help with? Actually, when they need your product or service again in the future, they will be thinking of you. So again, following up on each of those comments will really help. Not only conversions later down the line, you're going to get more advocates that way, but also just, your general engagement across social will really boost as well. And again, for those that don't know, the more you engage on social media, especially on places like Meta, two things will happen. You'll get a cheaper CPM if you're running paid ads, which is great, which means you should hopefully get a cheaper cost per acquisition. And then something I call free reach is that the algorithm will then push your content out further for free from an organic perspective, which is really hard nowadays. So again, if you're engaging more with your community, with your audience, you'll see that happen even more. Just another example here of some comments that Jaguar didn't respond to, or had responded to, but again, I won't go into these too much, but you can see if you go back and look at some of the comments across these, and also brands that you maybe just see online, have a quick look and you'll see that some of these are really brand damaging, and the fact that they're left there and neglected are, in my opinion, are absolutely crazy. So there you go, quick 11 minutes, flew through that, which is fantastic. If anyone has got any questions, please type them away now, and I can answer them before I leave in about 60 seconds time. For those of you that are around next week, again, we run these sessions every Wednesday at 11. We'll be discussing the role of automation in scaling your social, automating processes to save time, reduce costs, which is a big one at the moment, and enhance productivity, which again, we're all trying to do, and especially with things like AI now, we're more productive than ever. But actually, we can, especially on social, I think we can be even more productive, which would be even better. But as always, I haven't got many questions, or many, I mean none. But I hope you had a great little chat on that one. And like I said, if anyone does have any questions or want to know more about Rupert, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'd love to answer them for you. Have a great week, and see you all soon. Take care.